You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream. This is AFTERBUZZ TV for Glee. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Glee news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Glee.
Hello, Gleeks out there. Hello. I am Roxy Striar, along with my co-host, Mia Smith.
Hey.
And in the booth, we have the wonderful Phil Svitek.
Welcome.
Who is actually has a plethora of Glee knowledge tonight, as we found out. So he will be doing...
No, we just found out I happen to like girls. You don't.
I guess that's true. He will be doing news and gossip for us and sharing about a certain someone whose dress he really liked.
Or in other words, said the dress said, what was it, Phil?
The dress liked me. The dress liked me. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
But we'll get into that in news and gossip about what that means and who that was and what that even means.
Hell yeah. Okay, so let's start at the top and let's actually just go over the episode in general. What do we think about tonight as an episode in the season? What are we thinking?
It satisfied all my Glee needs. I was really excited today.
We walked out and we were like, yeah. Everybody in the studio, how'd it go? This episode rocked. Yes. We were really into it. Every song, I thought they killed it.
From the top, the moment they started with Summer Lovin', I was like, I'm so excited. Yes, this is going to be a good episode. And I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Yes.
It's so good. We missed the first 5 seconds of the song, and I thought the two of us were going to have a panic attack.
We actually were having a panic attack.
We were like, well, what's going on? They killed it, and it's awesome because it totally fits for them.
Really
they were this summer couple. We're talking about Mercedes and Sam, of course. Mm-hmm. They were this couple in the summer, and now Mercedes has a new boy, and they've fizzled, and Sam moved away. And now Sam is trying really hard to get her back. Trouty mouth.
You know what? In the beginning, they kind of, they randomly put them together at the end of last season, and then in the beginning just kind of wrote Sam off. And so I never really felt the couple. But now Sam looks so cute trying to get Mercedes back. And I'm just like, I want her to give him a chance.
I feel like he's a different character.
Yeah, he is different.
Time. It's this new confidence and I don't want to say obsession with Mercedes because I don't mean it in a negative way, but just his desire for her.
Yeah, and he has a little bit of swag this time. Like he's not really Trouty mouth anymore. Like he's coming into Sam.
And even on that note, he doesn't look as Trouty mouth. Like
it's the haircut.
I
like it on him.
I think he looks better, right?
Yes, he looks a lot better.
It takes away from the Trouty mouthness. I'm into it. So, of course, Mercedes has another boyfriend and doesn't think she can be with him, although we find out later on in the episode after she's singing...
First Time I Saw Your Face?
Yeah, First Time I Saw Your Face with the rest of the girls, that really she's thinking about Sam.
The entire time.
So what do we think? Do we want her back with Sam?
I want her with Sam. I want to see what that is. Because we missed the summer fling. Yeah.
We've never seen it. And it keeps getting referenced, and I'm kind of feeling like I'm missing out.
Yes. So I would like to see it. And they never really gave Shane much play anyway, so it's not like we're invested in him.
We never see him.
Never.
Except for today when Trouty Mouth was getting slushy.
Trouty Mouth.
That's his name to me.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll go with it.
A Trouty Mouth. I turned to you before this and I was like, okay, Mercedes and Trouty Mouth. You're like, yeah. Totally. So Trouty Mouth was getting slushied and Mercedes felt so bad for him. And Shane's like, come on, baby. Standing
he wasn't
in the
like
background.
that. He was real sweet about it.
Okay, but that's what he was like in my head.
Sweet.
In my head, that's what he did.
He did gently gesture and was like, well, come on, he'll be okay. He was nice.
So we don't hate him? Because
no,
I kind of want to hate him.
No, we're just indifferent because he's not, like, who is he?
a football player, which is clearly
why.
No,
he has no one. He does not belong with Mercedes. I want Sam.
Right, but he's an athlete, and because of that, Sam wants to be an athlete to get Mercedes' interest, and he's trying out for all these he wants to try out for the football team, basketball team, which are in different seasons, but it's okay. That's fine. I guess dramatic license. And finally, he ends up on the individual synchronized swimming team.
Yeah.
Well,
very strange.
What is an individual synchronized swimming team? I'm not quite sure, but I know that somebody in this room wants to speak about the coach of the synchronized swimming team.
You know what? I got so excited about Glee, I forgot how upset I was about that.
It happens all the time. Okay, so
I wish someone could tell me why Nene is on Glee. I know it was just for a split second, but
she comes from the Real Housewives.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Of Atlanta.
Yes. The show that sprung all these ridiculous housewives shows, and I feel like I probably shouldn't say that since I work on a lot of them. But why is she doing scripted television? And
it's not her job. It's not her passion. It's not what she's worked for.
No, it wasn't. And wasn't because I don't watch The Real Housewives, but I believe she was doing something in music. Mm-hmm. And I want to know. Well, I guess Glee is musical, so I guess it does translate a bit.
It's always hard when they have celebrity guests come on as somebody other than the celebrity. You know, if they had her come on as the Real Housewives of Beverly of Atlanta, then and they talk to her and say, do you know what I mean? If they're like, oh, her name's Nene.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Nene's here visiting us, talking to our school or whatever.
That would make a little bit more sense.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to have guest stars be not who they are. Especially when you're a reality TV star.
When you're reality TV, because I'm just like, there's so much up and coming talent that could have filled. You know, it was just a small role. It was just a gym teacher. She had 2 minutes of camera time. Right. Someone else could have done that needed that for like their reel or something.
It's because we know so much about her actual life. Like Vinny from the Jersey Shore does a lot of is working on his acting reel now, and he's been in a bunch of things and. I literally, for the past 4 years, have stalked him as a Jersey Shore member. And so I don't know him other than that. So when he's an actor, it's so unbelievable to me. Which is the same thing for anybody who watches Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you see her on the show, it's not like an actor, say, even a huge actor like Brad Pitt. You don't know Brad Pitt as Brad Pitt ever, other than in interviews occasionally.
Right.
You know him as the different roles he
plays.
Series
of characters.
But when you are a reality TV show star and then you try to become an actor, it's very difficult.
Yeah, because we know you as you know, like just yourself. And you just don't belong on Glee. I don't know. Glee is like a sacred space for me. And I just didn't. I felt betrayed.
One of our Twitter people said Nene did a good job.
She did do a good job.
I actually
did a
agree.
good job. I never said she did a bad job.
I agree. I think I don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and if you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have even noticed. I thought she did a fine job in the role, really a good job, but I get what you're saying. When you know somebody, it just takes them out of place, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because not once I say she did a bad job, because she did do well, and I was surprised. And so I did at least appreciate that. Yeah. That she took the role seriously.
That she wasn't hired and then wasn't talented.
Yes.
She was hired and was talented, but it still sucks because obviously that's not what she's been working for. And there are other people who could have gotten the role.
Yes.
I see what you're saying, totally. But other than that, what do we think about the synchronized swimming?
I think it's cute, and I think it totally fits Sam. I think it works for him.
I'm over people getting slushied. Every time it hurts. I don't want him to get slushied.
He's gonna get slushied anyway.
I know, but he's in Glee Club and synchronized swimming, and he's just trying to get Mercedes and be happy and help the team out. And he's getting slushied. And I know I talked to you about this before. I get way too emotionally invested in these characters and these shows, and you think it's a good thing, and I think it's a really stressful thing because I really just don't want anybody to get hurt. Okay, and that's how I'm feeling.
Okay.
And then I just don't want it. And if I was Sam's parent, I would go in and talk to the principal and say that shouldn't be allowed at school, and nobody should be allowed to have slushies.
Unnecessary roughness.
Exactly. And that's how I feel about that. And that's how Sue sees it.
And I was just about to say that. And that's how Sue sees it.
And that's how Roxy sees it. So, okay. And basically that's all we saw of Sam and Mercedes this episode.
It was really cute.
It was
and
cute.
endearing.
It seems like the beginning of something possibly new, hopefully new. And we definitely wanted to go that way. Let's talk about another relationship that wasn't working as well for us. This one was tough too. So Artie and Becky. Let's just talk about Becky first.
Okay, love the British accent.
Was that British
Was
accent?
highlight.
What is going on? How on earth did Ryan Murphy or whoever thought of that think of that?
That was so fantastic.
So Becky's inner voice is a British queen.
Yes.
Is probably like a 60-year-old British queen. And Becky addresses it and says, you're probably wondering why I sound British. You're probably wondering why I sound British. But the reason I do is because I don't, screw you. I can sound however I want in my own head. And I was like, okay.
And it was
good enough.
It was so different than everything else in Glee. Like, I just couldn't help but smile the entire time she was thinking.
Like, somebody was sitting in the writing room and was getting so stoned and was like, how funny would that be? Let's do it.
They probably were talking in British accents around the table.
Literally, like, how does one think of that? That was so different. And if it had been any other character, I would have been like, no, that's not their inner voice. But that totally, sure, Becky, use your imagination.
It so worked. I loved it.
And then I started thinking, you know when you hear yourself on tape and you're like, that's not what I sound like. We all have very different perceptions of our actual voices.
Yeah, I don't really like what I sound like. Maybe I should talk in a British accent. Maybe? No? That sucks? It sucks.
No,
that was bad.
I'm into it. I'm into it. But I would rather hear your inner thoughts in it.
Yes.
I thought that was hysterical anyway, though, except for the ending part, which we'll get to, the British ending.
Okay, so...
Let's talk about Artie and Becky first before we get there, though. So Becky's into Artie. Sue advises her to ask Artie on a date. She does. Artie says yes. As a friend.
And he was hesitant at first. Like, he thought he could get away with it by just inviting her to their rehearsal.
But then they end up going to Breadsticks and ended up really hitting it off.
He had a great time.
But he won't see her again because he's not interested in her.
Well, it's not that he won't see her again. She wanted to have sex with him.
He won't see her in a romantic setting again.
Yes.
Hard. That's tough. As Artie, what would you have done off the bat?
You mean
would you have gone on the date? Would you have not? Would you have told her I want to go just as friends? Would you have given her a chance?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation. But Becky seems really, she's always seemed really cool and down to earth. So I probably would have just went and see how it went. And they ended up hitting it off. Favorite part was what do you want to be when you grow up? 5'10".
Yeah.
Laughed my ass off. I loved it.
They seem to have a lot in common, and
yes, and they get certain parts of each other, and he addressed that. He was like, to the rest of the Glee members, you don't know what it's like to not be normal, quote unquote, to have
a disability.
Like, she gets that.
Was part of you hoping that they went on a second date and a third date and a fourth date?
No.
Or is it just unrealistic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't go. And also at the same time, Becky, she's like Sue's right-hand girl. So she also cannot be trusted on that side as well.
It's such a sensitive subject, though. And I thought that Glee did a really graceful job addressing it today. Especially, like I'm saying, at the end with the British voice. And her saying to Artie, is the reason you don't want to go out with me because I'm intimidating? And
that was perfect.
He said yes. And then she walks away and says, I know it's because I have Downs. And I wasn't going to say that to him. And I thought that it was very tactful the way they did it, and it could have just been completely inappropriate.
It could have went the other way, but I liked it. I liked that it showed. I liked that it showed how much strength she had.
It did,
and how normal she really is.
Yeah,
because people think that all the time. If you ask someone out, regardless if you have Downs, they probably don't like me because I'm too skinny or I'm too big or I'm too old, or I'm too young.
Your skin color, your religion, your height, whatever it is.
But you play it off and you put on a brave face, and that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, and I thought that was great. And it was one of those gut-wrenching moments for me, though.
Yeah.
Almost because you know how sometimes, I don't know how to say this, you know how sometimes you think that people, I never know when I'm talking to somebody, say they do have Down syndrome, do they know, how aware are they of the fact that how aware was Becky of the fact that is why Artie didn't want to see her again? Or was that why Artie didn't want to see her again? You know what I mean? So just on that cognitive level, it was really sad to me that it was something that she has to deal with all the time. And we all have things that we have to deal with all the time, but it just sucks, especially because it's obviously true for the actress as well.
Yeah.
And it's a sad moment, but it's important to know who you are and know your strengths and know your weaknesses, I guess, or what other people perceive as your strengths and weaknesses. So I thought they did a really good job, and it was something that we hadn't touched upon in Glee yet.
Yeah, no, and it also brought out a softer side of Sue, as always.
Yeah.
But that was a part that I think I don't necessarily want to say liked, but appreciated
Connected
the most.
with?
Yes, because she just, she took her in, like, we're going to have a woman moment. I was dumped too. We're going to sit here with some ice cream. You're going to hold my hand, and we're going to watch Lifetime.
And we're going to get through this together.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Sue for a moment here, what's the deal? Is she evil? Is she awesome? Is the entire relationship with Becky based on her relationship with her sister?
Yes.
It's all that?
That's what I think. I think that has always been Sue's soft spot. That or like children when they brought her to like the nursing home.
Right.
But and I think that will be the only way we'll see her human side and see see her heart.
But we also, leading into the next couple I want to talk about, we also see Sue hand a white rose to Emma when eventually...
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is she doing this whole thing that we talk about where she grows and she shrinks and she grows and she shrinks? Or is she growing?
I will hope to say growing, although she did say to Artie, what was that line? Can we go one day without the driving gloves? You have a wheelchair, not a Porsche.
We're not a Porsche. That was
like fantastic, good Sue line.
Yeah, it was funny. But
they
don't
do
know.
this though every episode. Like
I know they build up my hopes for Sue and then crush my dreams.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't though. Maybe a new villain will come into town.
I don't know if Glee has room for a new villain.
That's true. And Jane Lynch is awesome.
Yeah, she's perfect at it.
They
got to find a way to blend it.
I know, it's true. Okay, let's talk about Will and Emma. So, well, a lot of this episode, I didn't even realize how heartbreaking it was. So the second song of the episode is Wedding Bell Blues, and Emma's singing this because we see that Beast and Cooter just got married.
Yes, congratulations for that couple.
Congrats. And Emma's sitting there like, come on, what's going on? Why hasn't Will proposed to me? When's my turn? They've been together a while now. I know Will has already been divorced, so he's probably being cautious, but what's the deal? And she sings this song. I liked it. It was a good song. I liked the imagery that they had going along with it because I do think the song is less well-known and people would probably get more bored if there wasn't as many, the visual montage going along.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it was very cute. It was cute. But then, okay, what ends up happening is Will wants to propose to Emma.
Oh, wait, before you continue, going back to what you were saying about the song and the and what they showed, I thought them on top of the wedding cake and dancing on top like they were actual figurines. Yeah. It was so cute to me.
That was cute. Yes. And then when Emma by accidentally said, "Will you marry me?"
Yes.
That was funny too. But okay, so going forward to when Will asks Emma's parents if he can have her hand in marriage.
I don't even know why Will bothered. He knows the type of parents they are.
And they say no.
Flat out. No hesitation. No.
No. And the reasons they say no are because they don't like Will, one.
Yes.
And two, because they don't think Emma can deal with messy. Children, diapers, fights, all all the above. And
then Will started thinking.
It's kind of valid.
It is valid, but
I hate to say that, but it kind of is.
But to me, like you know a person's character flaws before you get into it. He knew that before he decided to be with her. He knew it before he decided to ask her to move in with him. And so now to hesitate because her parents said it, it was just like, what? Stop being a coward. Like you nothing has changed. She's always been Emma.
I'm one of those people who thinks to the death a parent should always stand up for their kid. Even if they're in the wrong, to other people, a parent should always talk well about their child and stand up for their kid. I just think that. And to hear some of the things that her parents were saying about her, even that they call her freaky deaky and know that she hates it, it's just...
Her parents suck.
Yeah, they just suck. And Will knows that. So it'd be different if she had amazing parents who knew her well, and then they said no. Because then it would maybe make more of an impact or have more truth to it.
It'll make you think for a second, like, here's these awesome parents that truly care for their daughter and knows her, and they're saying no.
But at the same time, some of the things they were saying are valid concerns. So I do get why Will then eventually said to Emma, I do love you, and I love you with all my heart, but how are you going to deal with it when we have kids? You have all these problems. And Emma says, hey, this is me. This is what you got yourself into. If you can't deal with that, you're right. We shouldn't get married. And what did you think about that?
I thought it was great. Because she made a point, like you know who I am. I'm taking my medication. Some days are good, some days are not. But at the end of the day, you have me with my toothbrushes and my rubber gloves, but all this love for you. Like this has always been the consistent thing. Nothing has changed. So why are you?
But do you think she'll be able to deal with having a child?
I think
not a fake child like Will's ex. Low blow.
I think she'll work really hard at it. And I think she'll probably talk to her doctor about it. And even if she has to increase her therapy sessions, I think she will work at it.
I think she'll be a great mom. It's going to be really hard.
But she has so much love to give. Like
exactly.
And ultimately, that's what counts.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And I don't know. I just think that it was a really harsh way for him to phrase it. It should have been more a conversation. Like, honey, I want to talk to you about how this is going to affect our future and what we can do. And I do want to marry you. But we need to discuss a few things. Because that's how adults should handle things,
Instead of just throwing it in your face. Well, you do this, this, and this. As if he doesn't have stuff that she puts up with.
Right, exactly. So, I don't know. I didn't like the way he handled it. But he redeems himself, of course.
He did.
After hearing a bunch of different songs that the kids were proposing that he used on Emma.
By the way, the one that the girls did I thought was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and even moves like Jagger, Artie's song.
It was super fun.
He sounded great. The song that the girls did, what were the other songs that we had?
First Time I Saw Your Face.
Without You.
Without You, yes.
Rachel's Without You, which was
beautiful too.
Which was beautiful too, after the whole Finn situation that we'll get to later. And then Sam, Trouty Mouth, comes up to him and is like, I probably should have said this before, but I have a great idea. Bingo. It was perfect. With the synchronized swimming and the We Found Love, Rihanna's We Found Love, and just everybody being there and him walking across water.
I know, and his tux with the top hat.
The tux and the speech he gave, and it just worked.
And I love that it was the song Without You that made it count, because that's what it comes down to. Like, I know you're flawed, I know I'm flawed, but at the end of the day, I can't be without you.
Yeah. No matter. The thing is, it's almost like saying I don't have a choice. I cannot be without you. So whatever it is that you are, whatever the bullshit is, I'm going to have to deal with it because I can't be without you. And I thought that was great. And it was something that was cheesy that wasn't done cheesily.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it was a little, because obviously it was a big grand gesture, but it was done well.
But it was cute because she walked down the hallway and received a rose.
Yeah, the white roses were so cute. And I was, again, surprised that Sue Sylvester was willing to participate. But she was. And it was a moment about the two of them, even though so many people were there. And that was great. Something that we skipped over that has to be mentioned, though, was Will Schuester's choice in his
Best man.
Best man.
Why is your high school student?
I think that is a really good question. Finn? Really? Really?
How does that happen? Like, is that normal?
Like,
does
I
this
would have
happen in
rather
real life?
he should have asked Coach Beast.
Yes.
Or I don't even know.
This is something I can answer. Finn's already done it before. Finn's already been a best man, right? Season 2.
Right.
So he has experience.
Okay.
We're going with experience over.
Experience.
Yes.
Is that even legal?
But
To have your, I don't know.
yeah, Phil, I don't know. I can't agree with you on that one.
Maybe if it was next year when Finn's graduated, but he's still his current student. That's got to be favoritism. Like, I am grading you, but you're my best man.
Like, I just can't imagine like one of my professors asking me, you know, can I be her maid of honor? Like, and well, no, I'm sorry, not professor. One of my teachers in high school.
Professor's different.
Yeah, professor's different. My teacher in high school asking me to be her maid of honor. Like, how did that
slip by?
How does that work?
I don't know.
My mom would even look at her crazy, like, what?
Like, you don't have any? No.
Yeah, you have no friends?
No, none.
Not even one?
Oh, really? Nobody? So I thought that was really weird. But yeah, so anyway, other than that, it all went smoothly. And
well, not completely, because you almost gave me
I was just about to say,
attack.
Except for at the end where he says, will you marry me? She says, I love you. And I squeezed your arm and was like,
And then my heart started beating rapidly, and I just knew this was it. I was just like, oh my gosh, she's gonna say no. She's gonna say no. I can't breathe.
And she said yes. And we could breathe again. That was hard. That was
actually a tense moment.
Those couple seconds really were difficult for me, but not as painful and not as difficult as the next proposal.
I don't know what's
my
going on.
hands are covering my face. I can't. The second they walked in the room together, I knew. I knew, and I turned to you, and we were both like, no. No,
because we knew that it shouldn't happen.
So we're talking about Rachel and Finn right now, and after seeing Will's proposal to Emma, Finn tells Rachel that she has to meet him in the auditorium, and he gives this long speech about how he's gonna be a high school hero, lifetime zero, not going anywhere. And the only thing that's ever driven him, guided him, loved him is Rachel.
Yep.
And then somehow takes that and decides that's a valid reason, that's a good reason to propose. So he does. And Rachel says, and we're cut off. And we're cut off. What? I mean, talk about cliffhangers.
Oh my gosh, we were both on the edge of our seats, just like, what?
And we're gonna have to get to that more in predictions to talk about what we think is gonna happen. But what do you think about high school proposals?
I do believe there's a such thing as high school sweetheart, and I do believe that. I have a friend from Chicago. She, I believe she got married in high school, or maybe right after she graduated. It was like her senior year or whatnot. They eloped. Their parents were against them. They're still together. They have a beautiful baby girl. And I do believe that it can happen.
Okay.
I also think that you should probably propose when you have something going on for you, and not when you think you have nothing going on for you.
Literally, his speech is about how he has nothing, so he needs her.
Yes. He's not saying, come, you know, let's
build our lives and
right. Because I'm going to college, you can come to my college, or I want to work in this field, so as you go to college, I'll go work next to you or something. Like, there was just
this season, Finn goes from wanting to be a singer to wanting to be a professional athlete to wanting to join the army to proposing.
Yes.
What do you want to do with your life? You should probably think about it.
We should probably add to wanting to not be a drug addict, because now he thinks because he found out about his father that that's going to happen to him.
Wanting to not be a drug addict, and also before wanting to work at Bert Hummel's
Yes.
shop.
And so because all else failed, why don't I get married?
I get that you're 18 and that you still can be changing your mind about what you want to do.
Of course.
That's fine. But then why make such a commitment? It's the only thing you can't. I mean, I guess nowadays you can change it, divorce, but
Yeah.
come on.
And then to also do that to someone who you know, like, her future is so important to her and it's hanging in the balance, and then to just dump this on her, like, you know she loves you.
This is a damned if you do,
understood.
damned if you don't moment. Because the two options are she either says yes. We're not going to say what we think she's going to say yet, but she either says yes or no. If she says yes, then they're screwed. If she says no, then they're breaking up. What the hell is she supposed to say? There's no right answer here. I was going to say right or wrong answer, but really, I mean, there's only wrong answers. So I don't know. It's a tricky situation. Let's go back, though, and talk about Finn and his situation with the Army and his father for a second. So his whole life, he thought that his dad went to the Army and then died there.
Died a hero.
Died a hero. But we find out tonight, and by the way, they should have incorporated that in other episodes. Because
His father died a hero?
or
that he thought that?
That he thought that.
Oh, yeah, I had no idea.
I had
his
no
father was in the
idea.
Army.
Yeah. So either I'm not paying close enough attention or they've never talked about it before. But then we learn that he actually was in the Army and then he left and I guess had post-traumatic stress or something and became a drug addict and overdosed and died.
I actually didn't like that aspect of this show because I felt like they could have. There are a lot of young men and women who coming out of high school they don't know what they want and they choose to go into the armed forces, and I think if that's their choice, then that's a good idea. And I felt like they could have explored it a little bit more and maybe brought in that recruiter he spoke to and touched on that, but instead they just showed.
It was viewed in such a negative light.
Yeah.
The choice to go to the Army was viewed so negatively and frowned upon that I really didn't like that either because it's a heroic choice.
It is.
It should be your option. You should be able to go. You should not be able to go.
And it wasn't as if he was making that decision right now. He said he was thinking about it. All he did was speak to a recruiter and then hold this intervention and tell him that, well, more than likely you'll see things you don't want to see and come back so depressed that you turn to drugs to cover it up. Like that was the message that came out of it too.
And putting that in his mind, of course, now it's more of a reality if he were to go. So I don't know. I didn't like that either. I wish that they had the recruiter come in and explain the pros and the cons.
Yes.
And then he could not go. And his mom could tell him what happened. I do think she should eventually tell him what did happen. But not making the Army look bad. Make the dad look like he was in the downward spiral. Not a bad guy, but a bad thing happened to him.
Right.
And that shouldn't be blamed
on the Army.
Right. Or could partially be, but not totally. It wasn't fair. It gave them a bad rep when it wasn't deserved.
No, especially when you're dealing with, like, this whole season has been about futures and choosing what you want to do. I think when it comes to those that feel as if they don't have another option, or there are some kids that really want to serve their country, and that's what they want to do. They've known it. They've been in what's the Army thing?
ROTC?
Yes. And they do that, and there's so much passion for it, and to just, I don't know, I felt some sort of way that was just brushed off.
Yeah, totally. I agree. But I guess the big cliffhanger was, will she say yes, or will he be looking back at the Army? I don't even know. So I think we can go to a commercial and come back for some news and gossip. Hell yeah.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows.
AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about? AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, Rox, I can't believe you're going to make me read this.
Do you want
Yes,
me? Do you want me
go
to
for
do it? I'm just the queen of stuttering.
Yes. Well, unfortunately for me, for those of you who can see me, I would have to like stare sideways. Well, let me try. Let me do this.
You have such a radio voice, though, Phil. Like,
No, I
it
don't.
works for you.
Leah Michelle, Corey Monteith, Chris Colfer, and Naya Riviera have already announced their return for season 4. Woo! As for some of their other members of the cast, their fate is yet to be determined. Damian McGinty spoke about Diana Agron, saying, "No, I haven't asked her if she's coming back, so I don't know." Then he suspiciously added, Ryan Murphy is really cool about cast members doing other things. You know, some of them have done well this for 3 years now.
True.
So that I thought that was very interesting that he chose to add that, kind of implying that if Diana Agron is doing something else, it's because Ryan Murphy was cool with it. I don't know.
And I did mention that she's like, I was watching something on Netflix, a movie. I cannot remember the name of it, but I saw her and I got super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, there's Quinn from Glee. So she could, she's doing her thing.
Was it one of her
Glee.
newer movies?
Was it? Oh.
Was it like the 9 thing or whatever?
No, one was Burlesque, but she was just in there for a second. But there was something else that I saw in passing. I should have looked it up before I came on here.
She's a cutie.
She is cute. And I like her in movies.
Yeah, so I'm glad that the other ones are coming back, though, and I think we've got a little more news and gossip about somebody else who may or may not be.
Yes, hold on. Okay, here we go. But what about Puck? Here we go. Sorry, I had to reload it. What about Puck? Will Mark Salling be back on Glee Season 4? The answer? He doesn't know yet. Salling said, it's just nice to really work with the people I do. I have the job that I do, so I feel blessed. If they have me back, I'd love to.
A man of big words.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. If I come back, great. If I not,
Yeah, really? No, but do you want him back? Oh, you were imitating.
Puck? Oh, yeah, I was imitating. Oh, of course I want Puck back. He.
Yeah, but we haven't been seeing him much in the past episode.
Well, now that the storyline between him and
Shelby
kind of died down.
Yeah. Yep.
I want him to cut his mohawk and then come back.
Ooh.
All right. Well, Chris Colfer is turning into a oh my God! Can't believe you put this
movie mogul.
Mini movie mogul.
A mini movie mogul.
Yes, his film debut, Struck by Lightning, which he co-wrote and is starring in, will probably hit theaters in the fall. But even before then, cameras will begin rolling on his second flick. He's being tight-lipped on details, but he did reveal that he wrote the script for this one too. I actually had to research on this one, Colfer said at the Golden Globes. I couldn't just pull it out of my ass. I had to do a lot of research. He already has director and producers attached.
Hey.
Unlike his starring role in Struck by Lightning, he'll appear in the movie as a supporting character. I am a very vain writer, he cracked. I write for myself.
I feel it. If
I
wrote, I would write for myself too.
I would really struggle writing a role that I wanted to play and then handing it off to somebody else.
Yes.
So I feel
do it. Why not?
Yeah.
All right, well, it's election year, and every candidate could use some help, even the incumbent president. While Barack Obama already has endorsements from Jay-Z and Beyonce, Entertainment Weekly snagged a list of other musicians Obama wants on his team, including Adam Levine, as well as Glee star Leah Michele and favorite of Sasha and Malia Obama, the Jonas Brothers.
So, Barack's a Leah Michele fan?
I guess so. Interesting.
Maybe he's a Gleek.
Maybe.
Let's just call him and ask.
Yo, B.
I do know that his favorite show was Entourage, and he was depressed when it got off.
Oh, really? He
Yeah.
said that?
Now maybe he's turned to Glee.
I can
Wipe
see
his
that.
tears.
I'm sure he probably watches it with his girls.
Oh yeah.
Well, convincing major actors to commit to a theater project in Los Angeles isn't the easiest sell. But 8, the play by Oscar-winning screenwriter Dustin Lance Black, is proving to be the exception to the rule, with a cast that will feature George Clooney and a host of television stars, including Matthew Morrison. 8, which will have a one-night reading at the Wilshire Ebbett Theater on March 3rd, deals with the 2010 federal court case Perry vs. Schwarzenegger, which sought to overturn Proposition 8, the ballot initiative that outlawed same-sex marriage in California. The performance will serve as a benefit for the American Foundation for Equal Rights, the nonprofit group that brought the case to court.
I heard that it's supposed to raise about $2 million, so that's awesome. And
Wow, I hadn't heard about that. That's interesting.
I wonder who Matthew Morrison's playing. I hope he has a big role. We should go see it.
I want to go. Like, I'm excited now. March 3rd.
I think that's what it said.
March 3rd,
And
yes.
George Clooney, ow. He is,
How old are you?
I know. He just does it for me. I can't help it.
Seriously?
Yeah, I know.
He does it for my mom.
I know. I can't help it. I think he's hottie, okay?
Okay.
It's weird. I get it.
Well, speaking of my hotties, Heather Morrison was all smiles as she arrived at the Late Show with David Letterman on Monday. During the episode, the 24-year-old actress briefly opened up about her personal life, revealing that she and her boo, Taylor Hubble, are moving in together. Ooh, that sounds fun. This is a quote, "He just finished school and he moves in tonight," Heather revealed. Dave was quick to ask, "With you?" She smiled and nodded her head, adding, "He's moving in with me."
All right.
He's moving in with me.
And only me. That's one of those. I'm making this public so everyone knows.
Brittany's a cutie
It's
pie.
fine.
Brittany S. Pierce.
My hottie of the show will always be Naya.
Yeah, Santana's so sexy.
She takes the cake for me.
Well, I think they have hotter girls than guys for sure. No, really, it's just Naya.
Yeah, I'm about to say, no, I think it's just her. Pretty much.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
All right, so Gleeks will get a glimpse into Santana's home life when Gloria Estefan and Pitbull guest star as her mother and brother,
I'm
respectively.
excited.
That is going to be quite the episode.
I'm so excited. Yes.
Gloria Estefan and Pitbull.
I love it.
That's great. Juxtaposition right there. That's great.
It's so perfect. I cannot wait to see what's going to come out of this.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I was
Pitbull's
just going to say hell yeah again. I never say it, and I've said it like 4 times this episode.
What?
This episode's really making me go, hell yeah.
Really? With the fist pump and everything?
Hell yeah. Whatever.
Well, guys, I'm going to bring up a picture for you Gleek
yes.
fans out there. And as you can see it, it's actually over my face. I messed that up, but you can't see me. You can see an amazing picture of Leah Michele, which, by the way, this is from the Golden Globes on Sunday, and she took a lot of heat from our AfterBuzz crew. You can listen to that podcast about fashion on AfterBuzzTV.com. And I happen to think that I love this dress. What do you guys? You guys can't actually see this, but you did see it, obviously.
Leah
right?
Michelle's.
Leah
Yes.
Michele.
I liked it. I would, if you gave me yay or nay, I would say yay.
Yes.
But that being said, I'm just having issues with her doing these like somewhat naked photo shoots and wearing such provocative dresses. And I get that she's trying not to get typecast as a young as a high school student, and she is older and she is old enough to be wearing these, but she's also a role model for kids, and something strikes it wrong for me.
Well, I thought the dress was definitely a hot and sexy dress. I didn't think it was, I don't think it took away from her being a role model. I just felt it was such a hot and sexy dress that someone hotter and sexier could have worn it even better. But it looked great on her.
Yeah, she did look good
Yeah.
though. She looked good.
It looked good. It was a nice dress.
I absolutely love this dress. But for you guys, what did you think of Diana Agron? She took some heat on here at AfterBuzz TV. Obviously, there were a lot of people from Glee that were on our show, but Diana Agron took a lot of heat.
I don't
at least here.
get what the top of Diana Agron's dress was. It looked like it was kind of made of metal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
would
know,
have to
seriously,
give her
what
some
was
heat on
the
that one, too.
fabric? I don't know. It looked like kind of metal. I didn't even hate it. Well, the bottom half was weird with the layers, but the top... she's just so pretty that...
I know, and I wouldn't expect it from her. Like, it threw me off.
Why don't you just wear... If you want to wear red, you've got to make it simple. You can't be wearing red and a really complex dress.
No.
So why didn't she just wear a sweetheart cut top dress that was floor length and red and simple?
And it would have worked. It would have been beautiful.
It would have looked great. And she wanted to make such a statement, and it was like, what are these little pieces of metal on your chest?
And that's where celebrities go wrong. They try to go over the top, and then they go just over the hill, and it's not working.
Yeah, I feel you.
Well, by the way, so you guys talked about a nice topic that I wanted to get into. Let's be adults here, and let's have a discussion. Do you guys mind?
Let's do it.
Oh,
Well-
it's really hard for me.
I know it is, Roxy. I know. I met you so many years ago, and you're still becoming.
I just want to party.
Yes. But what I want to talk about is, for those of you fans listening out there, we will now stream exclusively live on AfterBuzzTV.com. Our archive shows will still be available to download on iTunes and to view on YouTube and things of that nature. But to watch live, go to AfterBuzzTV.com. And speaking of the site, it makes it easier for you to subscribe, to see all the shows that we do, to see the schedule. Now you know that Glee every Tuesday it's at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've done our part. We've designed the website based off of your notes. So keep them coming. We love that. And now the part that you have to do is also spread the word about AfterBuzz TV.
Spread the word because
Tell all your friends.
And tweet at us quickly. What's your Twitter handle?
Just Mia23.
And mine is Roxy Striar. Tweet at us. Tell us what you're looking for. Give us your opinions. Call into the shows. That's what this is supposed to be about. It's a community, and we want to talk to you guys about it. We want to argue with you guys about it. We want to agree with you guys about it. Whatever it is, let us know.
I know you guys are out there. My phone is missing. I lost it somewhere in the studio. But there are Glee fans that have sent me videos because they know I love Santana. They have sent me videos with her singing. And someone had a huge, long dialogue with me about Glee. So I know you watch the show.
And we respond.
Yeah.
We respond. Every time
Absolutely.
somebody's tweeted at me about the show.
Not Roxy's agent. Roxy herself
Not
responds.
Roxy's agent.
I respond. Me, myself. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I respond. I want to talk to you about it. So
Yeah.
tweet at us, whatever. Is that good? Have we?
One quick thing, too. The fun part for me now, one of the reasons that we switched to streaming live on AfterBuzzTV.com, no more with the dashes and slashes anywhere else, is because now I get to track and see who's watching. And so fans out there that are watching live in Spain right now, what's up, Spain?
Hey,
Good
Spain.
morning.
I know I've said it before, but hell yeah.
With the fist, you got to do the fist bump.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, amigas. Yeah? I can kind of speak Spanish. No, seriously, kind of.
With hola?
No.
Predicciones.
Yes.
Yeah, predictions. Okay, so what the heck are we going to see? Not next week, but in 2 weeks. Screw you, Glee.
Yeah, screw you, Glee.
Yeah, screw
With the
you,
2
Glee,
weeks
but we
you
love
just came
you.
back, right?
We love you, but screw you, Glee. No, okay, so what are we going to see? Rachel is going to say one word.
Maybe.
Oh, come
She's gonna say
on. That is
maybe.
such a cop-out.
But
Oh, you think she's actually going to
she's
say
gonna
maybe?
She's gonna say maybe. Or maybe let's be engaged for a long time and not get married right away.
I think that they're going to go with the promise ring aspect.
Like-
Let's wear a promise ring to each other. I don't want to get engaged, but...
Let's promise to be together, but let's not get married per se.
Right. And I'd be okay with that.
I would be okay with that.
But the bigger thing we're seeing is Michael Jackson.
Yes. Super excited.
You are?
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I grew up with my father watching all the Michael Jackson videos. I still have them on VHS and DVD. I am excited for this episode.
I think we gave News and Gossip a month or two ago about Michael Jackson, the episode. And I think I believe this is what we said, that there are 10 to 12 songs.
Yes.
Obviously they're mixed into each other, whatever, but that'd be awesome.
I'm ready to have my Michael Jackson night. And I know they're going to kill it. The people, The reason why I love Glee so much is because they are all super fantastic. They can all sing. They all have unique voices, and I know they're going to find the right songs to highlight those voices. It's going to be amazing.
And it's cool because we're super fans of Glee, and the people on Glee, I'm sure, are super fans of Michael Jackson. So it's going to be awesome to see them do that. It's like anytime they do a West Side Story, Michael Jackson, any The Rumors, Fleetwood Mac, whatever it is, they're super fans too. These are artists, and obviously they look up to these people. So it's a way to honor them as well as telling stories, which I love, which is great.
I am excited. I think the two best ones that they've done so far when they've highlighted an artist was
Britney.
Yes, oh my gosh, Britney Spears was the best. I was going to say Gaga as well, but Britney took
Madonna.
the cake. Oh yeah,
It was really good too.
That was good too.
They've done a lot, but I refer to it all the time, but I loved their Rumors episode.
The Rumors was good. I didn't know the Rumors, but I did Google each of those songs because of that episode.
Yeah.
And I have them downloaded.
Fleetwood Mac's unbelievable, and that Rumors album was incredible, and Phil wants us to get off, apparently.
Okay.
That's fine. I guess I won't just go on and on about how I love Glee. It's
And Michael Jackson.
Whatever, and Michael Jackson. But okay, so we will see you, I guess not next week, but in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
And
to see what
we're
Rachel
expecting
says.
tweets. Tweet at us.
Tweet at us.
Tweet. No, it's not at us. It's at Roxy Striar. But it was a little bit of a Twitter joke. I guess it wasn't funny. Okay. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Glee.
Thanks for joining us.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.